Good morning. I'm talking about the presence of our voice, not only locally but globally, and in that context our aspiration to be globally connected in a highly globalised world. Right, I'm taking you on a journey. First of all, it's my own personal journey in Auckland and where I go overseas, because I'm painting a picture as to an observation. For those of you who don't live in Auckland, this is Mountain View Primary School. It's at the base of Mangere Mountain. It is a Decile 1 school. It was judged for several years the very best school in New Zealand. The teaching is through beauty. These children tend gardens which are in the shape of hexagonals. They learn spatial design from the very beginning. You'll see windsocks there that they've painted. They learn about the natural elements. They learn old knowledge, and they learn about productivity of the land. But when they get inside their classrooms, the classrooms they've actually chainsawed a big hole in each classroom. You can see the spiritual mountain, Mangere Mountain, from the class. But they connect with Scott Base and they connect with the Himalayas. They have conversations that are global. So they are prepared for life in a global environment and in a multicultural environment, and they're having conversations across geographical boundaries already. If I walk exactly one block, I come across Dawn Matata. She's 74, and here she is communicating with the Berlin Innovation Hub. Their eyes are like marbles. It's probably about 11 p.m. over there, and they can't get enough of her. She's talking about her weaving, knowledge. The wisdom that she can provide to them is priceless for them, and they can't get enough of her. And she's the most incredible person with her knowledge sharing, but also the reciprocity that this creates is incredible. Jamie McClellan studied at the Victoria University, and he went to Fisher and Paykel. He uses his laptop, his iPhone, and he designs products, furniture. He designed the windsurf sails that won us a gold medal at the last Olympics. His designs are sought after all over the world, and he connects in with clients in Hawaii, Hong Kong, Singapore, London, New York. He's won multiple awards. My context for Jamie is that he's mobile, he's talented, he's sought after, and location for him is Auckland, it is New York, where his office is located, but the point is he'll go wherever he's sought because he's highly talented. He drew on a napkin, a paper napkin, a picture of how he sees his world. I'm sorry, within the time I can't show you how this leads up, but he's in the centre. The circle is his immediate ecology, his passions, his hobbies, his family, his friends. But on the outside, what he loves to design, furniture, and you'll see there his just drawings of his Twitter, his website, his Facebook, and the little dotted lines where it's all connected with technology. And that's his way of communicating, so his clients, his referrers, his fans are all part of that all over the world. Now I go to a colleague, Suhas Gopinath, who started his global business at the age of 14 from India. If you go to globalzinc.com, you will see his website, and the aspiration was to be the best in the world from the very beginning. He managed to get somebody to lend him their address in San Jose so that he could start his company at the age of 14 because he was underage. But this is what's happening out of Russia, out of India, out of the emerging countries. Age is no barrier. These people are worldly, they think differently, the world is their oyster. And Suhas has gone on to win major awards. He consults to the World Bank. He's doing search engine optimization consultancy, web development consultancy in Africa, all over the world. He's been lauded by the European Commission, Harvard, and so on. But here in this circle I've got here, you can see who he's playing with. Oracle, Cisco. And this is like, for us, youth. But he's there already. And all of his staff work with local schools in India on a social cause campaign. Now we go to Incredible Europe, where I go every June. And this is part of the observation, and we're coming back to New Zealand in a minute. At Incredible Europe, there are 11-year-olds and 90-year-olds from 50 countries speaking 250 languages in one room. They're all global change makers and value changers. The gentleman down on the left, Mohammed Mezek from Bosnia, greeted me in fluent Māori. He's 22 and speaks 56 languages fluently. He's never been to New Zealand. He listens to Māori television, Māori radio, and he's a global citizen. He wants to engage in how things are here. He's longing for the invitation to come down. But he's a youth ambassador. There are extraordinary people in this image. There are people who are global change makers, Architecture for Humanity, Cameron Sinclair, who's building houses in Christchurch now, Haiti, Japan. But the point is they come together in one place. The reason I put this is from a website. Selaga occurred last year in Russia. The Ministry of Culture in Russia invited 5,000 people between the ages of 18 to 30 years of age, to write a one-page essay how you wanted to change the world. If you were selected from any country in the world, you could go to Russia, to the Selaga hub, which is like Tent City for a week. People from New Zealand actually went. And what it is, it's Russia engaging with youth from all around the world. It's called relationship management, but it's also truly building a global network around Russia. The year before Selaga, 2,500 biotech scientists showcased what they were doing in Russia, and Russia invited venture capital investors to come and just to see who wanted to buy in. This is what's going on in the global competition, so I'm just pointing this out. Right, observation. And the first one is about our global citizenship. We need to protect who we are, how we are, what's precious to us, but we must engage in the conversation. It's critical. I've got here quite interconnected. We have to be an interconnected world. We have to be totally and utterly engaged like Dawn, like those children, the children at Mountain View Primary School. We have to talk to the world. We've got to cross boundaries, cross languages. Our borderless environment now is across sectors, across disciplines, across industries, across platforms, across time. And the borderless conversations are about another thing, global mobility. PricewaterhouseCoopers in the UK, they did a survey about 3 years ago, and it was about, I think around about 5,000 respondents who were university graduates, and 80% of them said that they would be working outside of the UK within 2 years, and preferably in a non-English speaking country. So global mobility and talent mobility is real. It's real here, and we have to know how to work with that. The other issue, which is very important for New Zealand, is the consciousness of environmental consumerism, environmental consciousness, and also the desire for culture. And cities like Berlin, ancient cities where you can reclaim and you preserve your heritage, you respect and honour your heritage, but you move in with contemporary initiatives, make cool cities, and that's where people want to be in the future. Obstacles, the big one is geographical isolation. And for me, isolation has been the big barrier to New Zealand because it breeds a lot of barriers. One of the something I find every day is the in-the-box thinking and categorisation. When I go to conferences here, it's very baby boomer in one room. And the age categorisation is very much against youth. They don't vote, or how could they be good in business? Or how can they be part of this conversation? And it's a very destructive, linear way of thinking. All of that's out the window, because in a creative environments, it's a sociographic, it's not a demographic. And we have to understand inclusiveness, because the world doesn't wait. And the environments I've showed you are about inclusiveness, but our system negates this. We have undoubtedly, we're quite naive in international conversations, and a very good report on this is on the New Zealand Trade and Enterprise website. Some studies and interviews have been done in our key markets, and it shows we don't know the conversation for nurturing business globally. We are nice and we are welcoming and we're friendly, but we don't cut the mustard when it comes to contracts and knowing the right speak. And it's because our isolation and our size and everything like that has negated, we don't have that experience. And also commercialisation. Here's the opportunities, and I've just got two lists. First of all, worldview. A global worldview is about being respectful and inclusive when it comes to ethnicities, nationalities, religion, gender, and so on. You have to be able to respect all, and that's what global citizenship is about. And often we gain that through our OE, through our time away. We have to recognise success, we have to respect talent, we have to push beyond the limit, push out our horizons, push out to interdisciplinary thinking, new age thinking, and recruit role models. That's the big one. You have to have role models, you have to have mentors. We don't have enough. We honour our sports people, we honour people who are doing well in our rugby and our cricket teams, but how well do we respect people like some of you guys who are change makers, people who are really pushing the envelope and pave the way for others? And I would say here, I'm talking about transformational education, transformational thinking. It's all about the education. The heroes are the people who really educate these little kids who are our future. And also, I just think we have to protect who we are. Don't sell ourselves out, reaffirm who we are, but also be confident to take on the world, because we have so much to offer. So thank you very much. I just quote something from that little school I showed you in the beginning, Mountain View Primary. And it's so inspiring if you ever go to Auckland. It's where Knowledge Wave was launched. Tony Blair, Prince Charles, a lot of world leaders have been there, because it's extraordinary, and we do extraordinary things in New Zealand, and we do champion a lot for the world. But how well do we tell our stories? How well do we get it out there and bring the world to us? Because so we can actually overcome this isolation and bring people to New Zealand. Thank you very much.